Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. It's been a while since I've been on this live, channel. But to get things started, I would like to say good morning to everyone that's listening from near and far. Today is July 24th, 2023. It is 80 degrees outside in New York City. Ugh, listen, it's the summertime and you know, I've been keeping busy, and I just decided to come and say hello to my supporters, my subscribers. I have not been that far away. I've been tuning in and listening to different, you know, channels, but we are known and we met through this sector throughout how you say it. We have something in common about the other content creators. And over the weekend, last weekend, this weekend, the weekend before, there has been some events going on, the meet and greets. Hey Doris, how are you? Thank you, Doris, for stopping by. I appreciate you. I think about everyone, my supporters. I do owe it to you all to let you know that I am around. I am okay. It's the summertime. Zachary's in school. I still do care for my father. I do not like the summer. It's kind of like draining for me, but I'm here. I have something to say, and I would like to share with everyone that want to talk about things and have a different perspective and a different insight coming from a different side of things. I'm unbiased. This is what this live is going to be about. And I know that some people, you and whomever's joining, will like to probably talk about the meet and greets. And this is your opportunity to say whatever you want, however you want, and say it in a way that it's not accepted on other sides of the sector, right? So we are open. Thank you, Doris. I'm good. Thank you. Good morning, Bronx girl. Right. Thank you, Sherilyn. Yes, this is Leo season. So let's jump off Leo season like Leos do it best. We don't have no a scared bone in our body. I know there are a lot of people that probably are scared to say what they want to say, whether it's good or bad. Good morning, Tracy. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It has been a while. It's Leo season. I'm like, I can't just not come and speak and talk and engage with my audience and my supporters and my subscribers. That's not fair to you. You are still subscribed. You are members, some of you, and the ones that are members, I would like to just thank you personally for just sticking by my side. So let's just start things off. I know people were like, well, I thought you said you were leaving this sector or you wasn't going to speak no more about this sector. Well, 8-2, okay, I'll keep that in mind. I'm going to write that down, Sherilyn, and keep that in mind. Maybe at the end of the live, you could drop your Cash App if you have one, and, we'll celebrate like Leos do, giving and considerate and generous. So listen, I've been looking at YouTube. Roz and her squad had a meet and greet, right? Just I don't know if it was a meet and greet or it was a gathering. Um, Sweet Tea and her supporters, her subscribers had a meet and greet along with Sharita and some other people, right? Hey, where have you been? Hey, Riri Reacts. I've been around. It's just that I haven't been on YouTube because usually it's like I don't want to be in the mix of things, and I do want to continue to take my channel in a different directions. But I said since I'm going to come back and speak to my supporters and subscribers, we could talk about something that was big on this sector for a while, the meet and greets. And if anyone have anything they want to share or think they have anything they want to say, you drop it down below. I just feel like, no, not feel. With the meet and greet, what I witnessed and what I saw, I feel, and I'm going to say what I feel, fuck it. I just thought it was a little bit. It was cool that everyone gathered together and came together and showed love and unity amongst each other. It was nice that people came together under certain circumstances. It was nice that women can join together and have a great time without any mishaps. But it was like the battle of the meet and greets, which was like kind of corny. You know, it was corny to me, and most of the meet and greets. It's not like they were doing it because they wanted to embrace each other solely. I feel like they were doing it because they wanted the competition. It was like a competition, the back and forth, the difference of meet and greets, how they had the meet and greets. Now, what I would say, and I'm gonna keep it 100, all the way 100. The first meet and greet I saw, which was Sweet Tea's and Sharita's, I said, okay, this is nice. This is a decent scene. This is a decent environment, atmosphere, whatever. They came together. But as I was looking, and as I was paying attention, I mostly felt like it was a little bit too organized. Like they rehearsed most of their parts. It was just seemed like it didn't seem too authentic to me. It just didn't seem like, women coming together to have a good time, eating, snacking, laughing, and drinking and talking and whatever you do. Good morning, Jam 66. I just felt like it was a little bit too organized. It was a little bit too rehearsed. It was a little bit too it wasn't original, right? But it was original that everyone they planned it. They had a nice, decent. I guess what it was This was the Sweet Tea's meet and greet along with Sharita. I just feel like it wasn't mostly authentic, right? I mostly feel like it was something to say like, we here, we did it, now what, right? If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Push back. I Jam. I seen Roz yesterday with her. I don't know. She came to New York, and I guess it was a meet and greet with her supporters. It's just, I don't know. I don't know when people try to prove something to someone else, it just doesn't come across as authentic. Um, uh, oh gosh, I mean, Sweet Tea had a nice crowd. She had a nice um, turnout along with Sharita and her supporters. So it was combined, right? So it made it more than what it seemed like, two content creators coming together with their separate supporters and I don't know how to say this, and making something happen. I didn't watch the first one, but I heard all they did was talk about Roz. I know I was listening to Sweet Tea go live. I don't listen to Sharita, after she told people to um, unsubscribe from me because I said I don't believe in God. That's just a different story. Like, I wouldn't even go there and address that dumb shit about other people's beliefs. But, and then it was like two dictators coming together, two powerhouses coming together, two strong personalities coming together. You're not going to tell me that one person had power over the other. I don't think they were all on equal footing. I don't think they were all, on the same page, right? I feel like there was just a lot of fake and phoniness in each of the meet and greets, right? Of course, they. Wait a second. Good morning, Emma. Oh my goodness, y'all got me started. You're gonna get me in trouble. I don't care. But what I'm saying is, like, I just feel like with the first meet and greet that was in Florida, along with Sweet Tea and Sharita, because I fear no one, especially no human being or another woman that lives in two different states than I do. I just feel like, okay, it was nice. It was a decent time. It was a gathering. It was productive for the most part. The funny part that was like the rehearsals of the videos of them marching in with the snacks. I'm like, damn, they got a lot of food and snacks and shit. But that just, I didn't understand that part. That right there. That right there threw me off. I'm like, grown ass woman marching in, talking about they got snacks and shit. That was funny to me. I'm sorry if I see things differently. Let me see. If you have a meet and greet, shouldn't it be organized, or you should have plans for every, right? I just feel like it was a little bit too rehearsed. Like, it wasn't natural to me. I'm sorry, right? So you mean to tell me that when they were doing Let's Go to Doris T and Rita were comfortable with their supporters because of the mini Zoom meetings they had? Okay. No, Rita, Mika, and Sweet Tea meet and greet. No, listen, I'm just saying, like, I feel like it was just a little bit too rehearsed, a little bit organized, like when they was marching in, like with the snacks and like we got snacks. Like I felt like that was not authentic at all. I'm sorry. I feel like meet and greet should be natural. It's Zoom meetings, like okay, a meet and greet. Yeah, you want to meet your supporters. You want to make the best of it. You want to show that we came together in unity, and you want to show that we have things organized. But I felt like it was a little bit too inauthentic in certain parts. Okay, that's based off the theme of the color party with the snack. No, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong, but I don't think that I would have went that far. I'm sorry. I'm a little bit, I don't know the word to use. I'm a little bit different. I felt like it was more proven to the other side that we had a bigger turnout, more proven to the other side that, listen, we are a step ahead of you, more proven to the other side that we doing it better. I just don't feel like it was authentic in all the ways. I'm not saying it's not okay for them to come together and meeting of the minds. I know that, of course, you want to know who you meeting up with and who you greeting and who's coming into your home and with the money involved, but just certain things like to show and prove a point to Roz that I just wait a second. So they're saying the snack thing is an old TikTok trend they were doing. The snacks dance is a TikTok trend. When they were marching, and that came from TikTok, where everyone bought a different. I know. What I'm saying is, what I'm trying to say is, it's nothing wrong with them marching to with the snacks and everything. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying it just didn't look authentic to me, right? It just felt like if someone would have messed up marching in with the snacks, I felt like they would have been penalized or punished. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I have to pour out my difference of opinion. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with anything. I just felt like it was just a little bit too rehearsed, right? A meet and greet, like a meet and greet with what? Like, do you actually go meet and greet and you organize themes and shit? That's not how usually meet and greets go, right? That's you. If you do a meet and greet like with your fans or supporters, they come out, they see you, they leave. This was like a slumber party. Just say what it was, a slumber party with women. Okay? That's what I see. That's what I felt. That's what I saw. All right? I'm not saying that it was anything wrong with it. I just felt like too many personalities had to prove something wrong. It was too many personalities amongst one people. It was no, how you say it, it was all dictators, right? They were all dictators. Look at Sharita, Sweet Tea. I'm not going to say that other lady name. She just was put to the back burner. The one that's supposed to be so educated, the teacher, right? She was just like thrown into the. Let me go. Let me go to the comments. Hey, China. Hello, Bronx. It's been a minute. Sending love from Cambridge, Massachusetts. I know it's been a while. I'm sorry, China. I just wanted to come and say hello. We talk about the meet and greet. And I know I'm going to get pushback, but that's okay because I'm a bow, and it's Leo season, so I'm about to follow the Leo theme. Okay, it's called a color theme. Whatever color you're wearing, you bring that color food. No, I understand that. I thought it was cute, but I just thought it was like inauthentic. I felt like, okay, like I just call it a slumber party. Don't call it a meet and greet. Just call it a slumber party because that's what it looked like, a slumber party, right? It was nicely organized. People put their money in to come and gather and bond with one another. But their main reason wasn't to come bond and gather and do TikTok themes. Their main reason was to show that, listen, we got this down pat and Roz is going to kiss ass. That's what I feel like. I'm sorry. Hey, Jada J, how you doing? I don't even like that side, but I respectfully disagree. It's something fun to do. It is something fun to do, but but just call it a slumber party. Don't call it a meet and greet. Okay, you meeting and greeting your subscribers, your supporters, which is fine, which is okay, which is all well and good, right? But it was just too many I don't know what's the word other than personalities. It was too many leaders in one theme, right? And you could sense there was a lot of tension in the room. I felt it was a lot of tension in the room. I saw the pictures that were taken. Like I just felt like if it was so authentic and if it was so special, then why were people getting on their lives just to address something that someone else said they didn't like? That's the fake and phony shit behind it. I'm sorry. Look, a birthday party. You see my guests? I'm not my guests. I'm sorry. Y'all know you're not guests. My supporters, my subscribers, and listeners in the audience. You know they have their difference of opinion. I'm not knocking their achievements. I'm not knocking their goals. All I'm saying is like it looked more than or less than what it was supposed to be. It looked like it was a little bit too organized for me. So if I'm on a Zoom meeting, so I'm going to say, oh, we're going to do a march. Okay, it's nothing wrong with marching with snacks, right? I felt it was like a little bit, I don't even know how long they stayed. I don't even know how long the festivities like lingered for, right? A couple of days. Okay, Sweet Tea brought her husband. They were saying, I don't know. I don't know if I would have brought my husband. If I would have had to bring my husband, then I'm like, okay, then I shouldn't be going myself. Like, I'm sorry. Like, if it's a meet and greet amongst women, if they were supposed to bring their husbands, then okay. It's okay that she brought her husband. I don't know if I would have brought my husband. Maybe I would have brought my sister or my or my cousin, another female, another woman, just so everyone could feel safe and sound. That's all I'm saying. Bronx, you was right about Guru. Right? I just felt like she was just thrown in to the to the equation. Like, like Sweet Tea, under Sweet Tea was Sharita. Sweet Tea got power. She got staying power. Sharita, she abided by the law, right? That was funny. And then Guru, I guess she thought she was going to be glorified and she was supposed to be praised and shit. No, that wasn't happening. You was a meet and greet. You was a supporter. You was a subscriber. You wasn't a content creator in that moment. Right. Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you. There you go. Thank you. That's what I was trying to say. Too many Chiefs and not enough Indians. Thank you. I love my supporters because they pick me up when I'm fumbling. That's what I meant. It was too many Chiefs and not enough supporters. I just felt like, yes, it was nice that they came in together in unison and unity, and they came together as a community and they planned out and organized event that they planned out for months, of course. But at the same time, I just felt like it was a little bit inauthentic for the most part. That's it. That's all I'm saying. Thank you, Doris. I agree with that. If I didn't feel 100% safe, I'm not coming, period. Right. That's I guess what I'm trying to say. Like, if I didn't feel like I will be safe amongst my own supporters, of course you want to be vigilant, and of course you want to be in good hands, and you want to feel safe around the people around you. It's like Sweet Tea brought her husband. He seemed like a nice, decent, quiet guy. He don't seem like he's going to scare or intimidate the other women, or the other woman probably would have felt safe that he was there around. I don't know how the sleeping situations went, for the sidetrack. I was like, oh, I don't know if I want my husband around all these other women, because we don't know how he would feel, and I wouldn't know how they would feel. I'm just talking shit. That's not going to happen, right? I'm not saying that in her husband, or even if my husband, if I was married, or any other woman that had their husband was there, that would have went down. It's like, it's a girl's trip. No men should be allowed unless they staying in a guest house or something. Okay. I'm just saying. Okay. GMJ on Roz, we have when she first wanted to do a meet and greet, she wanted to charge and do a nice greet, but people dogged her out about that. Right. But Roz was on the right track about charging for a meet and greet. Usually that's how I go. You get a meet and greet, you get a picture, you get the dinner, that this was a slumber party, a birthday party. This was an overnight sensation. I'm sorry. Okay, so they look like they had a bunch of fun, even if it was about a bunch of competition going. They did have fun. They were supposed to have fun, right? But how much fun do you have to have when you have to prove something to somebody else to say that we got this and we top billing? I'm sorry. I'm not saying anything against Sweet Tea. I'm not saying anything against Sharita. I'm not saying anything against the supporters, the subscribers. I'm only giving my insight and my perspective and what I saw and what I observed. I felt like not me, because I don't know if I would do a meet and greet. I would do do something private with the closest of my supporters, and we don't even have to show. We'll put up a picture, but to go that far to that extent, and then jump on the lives and talk about what they doing and refute and dispute anything that was said about the meet and greet. Yeah, they had food. Thank you. That's good. That means that everyone that pitched in kept up their end of the bargain. Everyone that attended kept up their end of the bargain. It's like, of course, they have behind the scenes drama we would never know about. Okay? I'm sorry. I personally think they did good given the just me. Hey, just me. How you been, girl? I personally think they did good given the time span was planned. How much time was it planned? Just me, if you could tell me. I love the color theme thing. It's a trending thing. There's no certain way to march. It's just have fun with it. Look, they marched in, like, you know, when I used to go to church, like on Women's Day, if anyone go to church or went to church, and you know when they celebrate Women's Day. But you know, it wasn't a church setting because people were twerking, which I was like, okay, so it's a lot of people that is not all uptight and shit. You know, the women that were twerking, I thought was cool. I thought was good. I was like, oh, okay, so they not uptight. It was a lot of nice looking women there, a lot of decent dressed women there, you know, because I judge by fashion and shit. I don't care how you look. You know, fashion was nice. They look decent. And I don't have nothing 100% negative to say about the event. I'm just saying that, you know, it's some, you know, glitches that you can point out, and it's nothing wrong with that. I'm sorry. Okay, I can't see myself sleeping in the house or any building with people I don't know. Let's be real. Jack. Well, that's true. I think they have enough trust amongst one another, right? Where they did plan it out in a length of time, and they didn't run background checks, but they wanted to be sure who they were inviting into their house. You know, when money is involved, you know, there's no room for error. And of course, they provided. I'm pretty sure everyone ate amongst themselves twice, 3 times, or enjoyed themselves. They didn't have to worry about food. They didn't have to worry about shelter. And you're not going to tell me that personalities did not clash. I'm sorry, just like there are a lot of chiefs and no Indians. That's all. I guess that should be the theme. So I just went to meet and greet in Georgia, and it cost me $300. And she had things planned out at different spots for us to meet on and eat. On Sunday, we had soul food dinner that she cooked. Wow, Jim, you go. $300? That must have been a really special person. $300, you a great supporter, Jim. I like people like that support the people they love and care about. Doris said, I'm going to say this, Bronx. T husband was not the only husband there, and the couples had their own hotel room. Now, I got to go. I should have checked the tip before I entered the room. What you mean, Doris? Listen, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with her bringing her husband or any other supporters bringing their husband, right? I don't know if I would have brought my husband or my man, or even had to bring him in a room full of women, right? Because if you're that fearful, you're not aware of who's around you and your surroundings, then it's like, you know, I think you gotta, you know, don't second guess yourself. I'm glad he was there to make her feel safe, to support her. I'm not saying there was nothing wrong. I just wouldn't have done it, right? And I'm glad that other supporters did bring their husbands so they could feel safe. That just goes to show you don't know who you're around, and there's not 100% trust that you could put in anyone. I don't have a problem with Sweet Tea. I don't have a problem with Sharita. You know, I don't have a problem with nobody. This is all content and just me speaking from my perspective. You know what I mean? When your supporters give you that, what you do, give back, you don't charge no money. I saw a bunch of women having a blast. They were having a blast, right? So you mean to tell me that I can't come and push back and also give a positive and negative feedback, right? If I was to start trouble and say that Sweet Tea was the head of the whole operation, then I'll probably lose all my supporters, right? You're not going to tell me that Sweet Tea didn't have things down pat. You're not going to tell me that she was the main one that planned and organized. I'm pretty sure she had people to help her. I'm pretty sure she had outside influences. It's just not like she got up one day and said, listen, I want to do a meet and greet. They all came together collectively and they planned an organized event. I just feel like in most cases, like with those things that's planned authentically, like if one of them would have stepped out of line when they was marching, they had the hand would have got chopped off. And like, you get out the line, okay? You messed up the step, you messed up the march. This is not how it's supposed to go. There's no room for mistakes. That's just how it looked to me. Sorry. I'm sorry that I have to come so strong. There's nothing wrong with what they did. I'm glad it turned out nicely. I'm glad everyone had a great time. I didn't say anything about the supporters. I saw the dance and I was like, oh shit, she know how to dance. Oh shit, she mad cute. I didn't know who was the supporters' names because I'll go in Sweet Tea chat. I see mostly and mainly her supporters, you know, that support her main supporters that are in her chat. Aside from her moderators, I don't be in Sharita chat like that. I just felt like if I wanted to give the award to anybody that handled and led the retreat, the slumber party, the birthday party, the meet and greet, I'm giving it to Sweet Tea. I felt like she organized that well, right? They all fell in line. That's what it is, and that's what's up. Okay, Ralph. Hey, Ralph. Long time no hear. How you doing, Ralph? Oh, Emma said, I'm glad you in the building, Rob. Lakeisha Green says, shit me. I think people judge too much about the sleeping arrangement. It's no different than a person being on a camping trip or college dorm or shelter. That's true. Okay, so like if we listen, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with the sleeping around. I don't even know. I was just I didn't follow the whole meet and greet through, right? I picked and I saw certain parts that were like worthy of talking about to give pushback, like from a negative and positive side of things. Like everything don't have to be and can't be 100% positive, because I'm not going to say that the meet and greet was 100% positive. If it was 100% positive, I don't think anyone would have jumped up on lives and pushed back on anything that anybody had to say negative. That's all I'm saying. Hey, Ralph in the house. Thank you, Ralph in the house. Thank you for joining me. Now let's go. Maybe y'all can help me out with Roz and her squad. Listen, Roz is funny. I'm sorry. Even though I don't listen to her that much, I still dip in, listen to her. I feel like she's funny. I feel like she just naturally funny, right? I'm not kissing her ass because I don't have to kiss nobody ass. It is what it is. You know, I don't know if that was a meet and greet or she was just attending an event with Angel Mom in New York City. You know, I had to peek in. You know, I had to see what was going on. They had a nice hall, I guess. It wasn't too crowded. It was enough for enough people to come together and gather and have a great time. I think Rod's event was a little bit dim, dull. But for the most part, you know, Roz looked cute. She always dressed cute. She dressed nice. I didn't see the excitement in Roz event. I just saw her speaking on the mic, right? You know, like the dictator that she is. Roz is a dictator also, right? So I don't understand when the dictators have the meet and greet, they go back and forth. If you want to look at it, they all dictators, right? The ones that have the most subscribers, supporters, you will naturally look at them like dictators. I didn't understand Roz's event. Maybe she was supporting another supporter. I did hear what she said. I don't know everyone's name. I'm like, oh gosh, how you don't know your supporters' names? I'm pretty sure, you know, you have the sister circle. You should at least know half of, not majority of their names or who you come in contact with, right? I just felt like, okay, if you want to give anyone an award for who had the best meet and greet, right? Roz had a meet and greet a couple of months ago. Hers was a little bit more natural. Hers was a little bit more understandable. Hers was just a little bit more, you know, okay, right? But Sweet Tea didn't plan this shit by herself. She had Sharita help. She had like the third wheel, the guru, the third wheel. Let's call Guru the third wheel, which is called the third wheel. And then I see they had a picture up of Miss Loretta Brown. I'm like, oh my gosh, how did she get in this? You know, but I'm just saying, conflicting personalities coming together just to prove a point to another side. It just takes the beauty out of everything, right? If they didn't go on live and yelling and shouting and screaming and hollering and hooping like they did, then I would have gave them a 100% positive feedback. I'm not going to sit here and say everything was all grand. I'm not going to sit here everything was all, like, oh my goodness, that was the best meet and greet I ever saw. I'm giving them A for effort, Sweet Tea, right? I'm giving her the applause. No one else. Her supporters came through. I don't know about Sharita. You was following suit. The guru's following suit, right? If Sweet Tea had to prove anything to anybody that she can organize something, yeah. If they was having meet and greets, I mean, Zoom meetings, okay, it showed. I was just saying, like, it just felt like it was too organized and it was just too planned. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying anything bad about anything else. That's all I'm saying. It was decent in nature. Shout out to everyone that attended, to the supporters, the ones that let their hair down and had a blast and had fun. Roz, I really don't have nothing to say bad about hers. I'm just saying it wasn't like as spectacular as, as Sweet Tea's and her supporters, or Sharita and her supporters, or, not even the guru. She just fell in line. That's it. That's all. I'm pretty sure when she got there, she was met with disappointment that they wasn't praising her or worshiping her like they do on her channel. That's it. And that's all. Okay. Let me see. It was Rita and Money Talk with Mika. You need to go back and watch one when Rita planned it. No, listen. Okay. If Rita planned it, Mika Talk. I don't know if she was the one with the curly hair. I don't know. Only one that was twerking, the cute one, the light skinned one with the funny, the nice big curly hair. I was like, oh, she mad cute. The one that was dancing. Okay. If Rita planned it and Money Talk planned it, Marvin, right? And if Mika planned it, I'm sorry. Sweet Tea, he took all the credit. Sweet Tea ain't shit. I'm just fucking with you, Sweet Tea. Okay, I would have thought it was Sweet Tea event. Okay, I would have thought it was her whole meet and greet. I would not have thought Rita and Mika and Money Talks was a part of the plan. That's all I'm saying. Just me too. Stop saying Sweet Tea. What you want me to call her? That's her name. Too organized means planned out. That's what's supposed to happen when you plan it out, not go and not knowing what the group was going to do. No, I'm just saying, it just felt like it wasn't authentic. I felt like, if anyone used to go to church or you celebrate Women's Day, they had the march coming in down the aisle. And I'm not going to sing no church songs. I'm not going to even get that graphic. I'm not going to even be that entertaining. I just felt like, I didn't see Sweet Tea participate as much as I wanted her to participate, right? I didn't see Sweet Tea marching down the aisle, swinging those snacks. Wasn't she holding the camera? Oh, shit. I seen Sharita, marching in. I was like, oh, Sharita, she look cute. You know what I mean? Her face don't fit her voice. She sound like she's upset and mad on the live. She looked relaxed and decent in person. Guru, I don't know. Please keep those fingers down. I just hate when she throw up that peace sign and shit, and she don't even know how to do it. She just looked disfigured. But anyway, listen, please, supporters, do not persecute me. Do not hold me to the cross, okay? I'm speaking mostly about Sweet Tea's because hers was a little bit more popping. Roz, you did good. You came to New York. I hope you like New York. I hope you visit again. New York is a fast-paced city. I know you live in LA. It's nothing like LA. The competition between LA and New York, who will win? Probably LA. Let me see. Basically, they should have saved all the chin checks until after the meet and greets were over and everybody was back home, right? And then I was listening to the aftermath of it. I didn't know I caught Sweet Tea because I listen to her often. I dip in, don't listen that long, but sometimes I'll come in and listen to her at the short end of the stick and don't know who she's talking about. Of course they had some drama behind the scenes. Of course there was things escalating behind the scenes that nobody's going to know about or ever know about. But when you have that type of setting and that type of structure where you're trying to prove a point instead of letting things flow and letting things ride, of course you want to come into a little bit problems. You don't know these people, they don't know you. Just because they support you in your chat, and just because y'all all got on Zoom, personalities are different in person, and that's the scary part. And I give each and every woman that went and supported each other during that meet and greet, the slumber party, the birthday party, the coming together of women, I give them credit, because I will be scared myself. I will be a little bit abrasive, and I will be a little bit reluctant to meet with strangers, that I don't know who you are and where you're coming from. Money, just because you got money and can provide things, that don't mean shit. Right. And I heard somebody say, oh, people not used to nice things. I think each and every woman that put their money in to come together and have this meet and greet with Sweet Tea and Sharita, I'm going to say Sweet Tea and Sharita. Everyone else just fell in line. They they probably used to spending their money, just like Jam Jam said that she spent $300 for a meet and greet, right? So when you spend your money, you expect a little bit more, and they got their money's worth. The bed, I didn't know it was a B&B. I just thought it was a house or a mansion that they rented out. I'm sorry. I don't know how to identify what they rented out. It's okay. It was nice. It was decent. It was roomy. It was luxe. It was, I don't know, for enough people to have enough time and won't be crowded and over each other. That's all I got to say about that. Okay. Listen, Tommy, you being messy, trying to stir bullshit. Wait, why do you think it was Sweet Tea planned it out? Listen, okay, Jim said it was Sharita, Mika, Sweet Tea that planned it out. Mika didn't go. Oh, Mika didn't go. Someone else said Mika went. I'm sorry, Jim. Why do you think it was Sweet Tea planned it? Maybe she just got that type of presence, that type of command, right? Maybe when she's the type of person that can be a ruler of a whole freaking country. I'm sorry. If I'm not even being biased, I'm not even trying to kiss Sweet Tea ass, because this is not about kissing her ass. If I were a person watching from the sidelines and didn't know, I would think that Sweet Tea planned all this out. And not saying that she didn't have help, and not saying that Sharita didn't have input, right? I'm just saying how it looked. Sweet Tea looked like it was her event, right? I didn't know about the event because I don't listen to them like that. Okay, I said, oh, meet and greet. So I still am subscribed to Sweet Tea, whether she's subscribed to me or not. I'm still subscribed to her. I'm still subscribed to Ocean, and I'm still subscribed to rest in peace, Ocean. And I'm still subscribed to Roz, but mostly I get like Sweet Tea community posts in her videos. So I check in and still support. I don't go in and say hello, but she talked about it more. I don't listen to Sharita at all, right? I'm just saying, like, if there was a leader and there was a follower, Sweet Tea is a leader. I don't know what to say to convince you all that. I just felt like Sweet Tea, this was her event, right? And of course, she didn't plan it out by herself, because she had like a nice crowd, right? It was a decent crowd. It was a decent, I don't know. It was just decent. It was nice. But at the same time, I felt it was a little bit too organized. If I may be honest and truthful, I just felt like they could have let their hair down more. They could have been relaxed more, because they know they were going live, and they know where they was going to be filmed, and they know there was going to be people watching them with a side eye, right? They got over that. If I had to give credit to anyone, it would be Sweet Tea. That's it. That's all. That's why people should watch things before saying, no, I don't have to watch everything. I don't have to watch the full. I seen Sharita give a speech. I went on her page, probably because I wanted to see for research, get on her page, and she spoke to the audience, the supporters, and said, I want to thank everybody for coming out. Like, I'm not going to even call me a shit starter all you want to. I said what I said about Sweet Tea. I pushed back. I said, I don't know if I would have invited my husband on my trip, on a girl's trip. I just said, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say to convince you that I'm not taking no sides. I'm just saying what it is and what I saw. Okay, that's it. Right? I thought it was decent. I thought it was content for everyone to speak of. A lot of people's not going to give their honest, open perspective and insight the way I'm going to give it, without people pushing back and saying I'm being a shit starter. It's 138 people in here, which I am glad and I appreciate. That means that I haven't lost my touch, and I appreciate you all for just stopping by, right? But also at the same time, like, let's keep it real. Like, there's nothing for me to really say about Roz's event. She and her daughters, everybody kept saying, oh, Roz's daughter, she cursed her. So what? Day Day is a grown-ass woman. You know what I mean? Roz know how to handle her. Roz she don't have to check her daughter for cursing at her. If it was seen as disrespectful, maybe they need to draw it back. But I just think, Roz, she just pay her no attention. That's it. That's all. Sounds like you hating on Rita. Of course you would say that. No, I'm not hating on Rita, right? I'm not. I'm not hating on Rita. You don't want to be a shit starter, Marvin. I'm not hating on Rita at all. I just felt like her presence wasn't felt. Like I felt, maybe I am being biased. I'm sorry, but I'm not. I just felt like she wasn't like a big personality as she is on YouTube, right? If I had to follow someone, and if I had to follow someone and they had to lead, it would be Sweet Tea. But they were all Chiefs and no Indians. So it was a clash. It had to be some type of disagreement amongst the leaders. That's all I'm going to say about that. They needed a big place for them to gather and have fun and to eat. And they did have that. They did provide it, and it was shown. I thought that shit was a mansion. And then they talking about it was a B, whatever that shit is, a B, Airbnb, whatever that is. I thought it was a mansion in Florida, which is nice, a beautiful place to visit and vacation. It was decent. They had room to roam and gather, laugh, and talk and joke. That's what matters the most. Listen, we wasn't there, so how can anyone say they didn't let their hair down? They didn't let their hair down when they was marching in with their snacks. They didn't let their hair down. Forget it. You are the one being messy, not me. I am being messy because that's what I do. That's my personality, to be messy. I'm not scared of nobody, and it's not even about being scared about nobody. Marvin, you just want smoke. You could get the smoke all you want. Okay, so when you say I'm being messy and I'm trying to stir up trouble, that's not true. They had Zoom meetings often. That's how they knew each other so well. No, they had Zoom meetings. Of course, they're not going to just say, listen, we're going to have a meet and greet. You be here at a certain time. But, okay, the meet and greet was a slumber party, right? How long did the festivities last? For like a weekend, for a couple of days? That's a long-ass meet and greet. That's a long time to be away from your family. I don't think I would. If Sweet Tea said, yo, Bronx, I'm having a meet and greet in New York, and if she said, oh, we're going to have to pitch in and put in money because we want to stay at a destined hotel, okay, I'll pass. I'll give a donation, but to stay and gather and and do things that I wouldn't normally do I'm not saying that I'm above it. Meet and greet, I thought, you come meet, you say hi, you have dinner, and that's it. But that's not how I go, because people was traveling from other places. So I understand that. But it lasted for a few days, which is okay, which is good. As long as they were comfortable and felt safe. All I said was, I don't know if I would have brought my husband. I don't know if I would have detached myself or separate myself from the group. That's all I'm saying. Okay? Bye, Marvin. Marvin said he's out. Bye. You said why? Riri reacts why? What you mean why? On what question? Sorry, Riri reacts as me. I don't know if I would have brought my husband. I'm sorry. Excuse me. If I'm hanging out with my female friends, women friends, I don't know why my husband's presence would be needed, right? Right. I'll be like, nah, I leave you at home, because I'm okay with leaving my husband at home if I had a husband, or my man at home if I had a man at home. He has his own life. I have my own life. I don't need my husband to escort me around the world everywhere we go. Rita, okay, hi, Bronx. FY, a meet and greet can last up to a week. Okay, there you go. See, now I know. I don't know. I get homesick after 2 days. You go on vacation, 3 days, you ready to go home. But I don't know if I would have gave them that much of my time, Rita. And thank you for telling me that. I don't have anything negative to say. If I said anything negative about the meet and greet, let me know before I log off. All I'm saying, I was just giving pushback. All I'm saying is that sometimes it looked a little bit too rehearsed and a little bit too organized. It don't look like they let their hair down because they had a point to prove to Roz. Right. And they didn't even have a point to prove to Roz because their event was bigger, and their event was a little bit more planned out, and the event was a little bit more, how you say it's a spectacle, and not in a bad way. It's nothing. I'm not going to sit here and act like, oh, the meet and greet was 100% positive. That's dumb. It looked like everyone was enjoying themselves and having a nice time. Things have changed nowadays. I wouldn't have wanted to be any other way if I was there. I don't know. I'm kind of funny with people, you know. People was talking about Roz bringing security, which I didn't see. I don't know. Her last meet and greet, they was ridiculing her. They was scorning her for her meet and greet, saying it was cheap and everything. But she didn't. She didn't like. I mean, she planned for enough for people to gather around, have fun, meet her most important supporters, the ones that support her the most, right? But can you really say that Roz had a fair advantage? Because she didn't collaborate with anyone else on this side. I'm sorry. Now, if you want to keep it 100, let's keep it 100, right? So the stakes are higher. Sweet Tea and excuse me, and Rita and the Guru, and they said Money Talks and Mika. That's a collaboration. Of course, when you collaborate, you're going to have more people. So that's not a fair advantage. I'm sorry. Exactly. That's what, look, hell no, I've been married 26 years. My husband not going around a bunch of women. No. And it's not even that we insecure or jealous. Like, you don't need to be around us and women, right? Now, if you want to stay in the back house, okay, you stay in the back house. And if we need you to pull up with the GAT, then you come with the GAT. That's it. That's all. But to stand there like security guard, and I'm not saying that her husband was, because I think her husband is nice and quiet and decent and supportive and loving and encouraging. All I'm just saying is the optics of it, right? I didn't see nobody else's husband. If they did, okay, that's nice. But that's not what I've been going for. I'm sorry. I'm not even trying to like, Sweetie, I'm not even trying to push back on you on that aspect. I'm just saying what I would not do. I heard another content creator say, yeah, I would have got, she said, I would have brought my husband and we would have rented a hotel. Why would you think you're above the crew, though? I thought Angel Mom did a great job. Look, they had a nice banquet. I could call her, excuse me, her event a banquet. It was nice. It was decent. Everybody was dressed. I think they were dressed really appropriately and nicely. Where Roz was speaking, Angel Mom, she from New York City. Of course, she's going to do it up. You know, I don't know her like that. I mean, I've seen her videos here and there. But, you know, but if it was going to be like a battle, if y'all want to make it a competition and opposition, you know, of course we're going to give it to Sweet Tea because she had a little bit more help. She just was leading the crowd. You would have thought that this was Sweet Tea event and Sharita and Guru. I know people are listening and they don't agree with what I say. I am going to come back. I will probably speak about this again. I'm not responding to anyone, whoever have pushback against me. And if you are here with me, I appreciate you. And then when I do come back, I'm still taking, and my content is still going to be based around relationships. I don't mind sharing my thoughts and opinions about things that's going on that people are familiar with. But as far as me, like making a content around it, like responding and and have an opinion about what somebody's doing, nope, I'm not. I'm sorry. The last time I was watching Ocean's funeral, which was sad. So, you know, that dampened my spirit a lot, like coming forward and just speaking and yelling and screaming. You know, I have to just keep that in mind. Ocean is not with us no more and his presence is missed. So I would like to just thank everyone for listening to my insight. I said, I can't even figure it out. Thank you for listening to my perspective and thank you for listening to my insight. It's been so long. But I'll be back and we'll be talking about the things I want to talk about because, you know, that's what we do. Let me see. Thank you, Ralph. I'm going to have a great day. I think he enjoyed it. Maybe the next one he won't go, but I don't think he was the only man there. We don't know what they did when the cameras was off. That's true. I don't think he was the only one there, but you know, I don't think I would have brought my husband to a girls' trip. Women need to be amongst themselves and enjoy themselves without the company of their husbands. Okay? I think people were expecting more from Roz, being that she says everything she touches him. I mean, the banquet was nice. That was nice. In New York City, she traveled to New York City. She looked cute. She looked pretty. Everyone was dressed up appropriately for the occasion. It wasn't like they was trying to go out and have a march or a marching band. It was nice. It was decent. I don't even know the meaning for her to have that. I don't know. Maybe she was just attending Angel Mom's event, which she did. She supported. Roz is a supporter, just like the other content creators or supporters. They support supporters, and that's it. You know, I really, Raj, you didn't win this one. I don't have too much to say. But listen, check on the TV. Guru was just a guest like the other women. I'm leaving that one up. Guru was the guest. She had to show. They showed her we don't worship people over here. Okay, you fall in line like everyone else, and that's exactly what she did. Wait, let me just read these comments. I think it's the viewers that expect Roz to be so spectacular. I don't understand what more do people want. Roz never said it was a competition. Right. I don't even think she was trying to make it as a competition. I just think she was going to a banquet, what people do at a banquet. You know, they come together, they eat, they enjoy themselves. I don't even think she was trying to put her like hat in the bag or her name in the hat. Excuse me. And after Rita, I'm gonna sign off. In my opinion, their meet and greet was beautiful. And when positive people gather together, nothing but positivity can be presented. It was about networking, empowerment, loving each other. Right. Some of them had their own hotels. Okay, that's good. Listen, if I can't come up here or anyone else can't come up here and push back and just say like, okay, there's a positive and a negative side. Like, I don't think anybody event is 100% positive. If the event was 100% positive and they didn't have no negative influence surrounding it, then nobody would have been getting on their lives yelling and screaming to the top of the lungs to try to prove to someone what's going on and what didn't go on. That's all I'm saying. Chocolate 47. Exactly. Roz is gorgeous. She ate and danced, and that's it. Glenn Boone is in the building. I'm going to leave off with Glenn. Hey, Glenn, I'm sorry that I have to log off. I know that, oh my goodness, the shit talker that I just talked is going to probably rub people the wrong way, but that's okay. I'm willing to take the L. And I hope you all that's in here with me today will join me on another, you know, for a different topic, totally different from what I presented today. So I would like to thank everyone for joining me, and I want everyone to have a great and blessed day.